Welcome to the land of lines and loops, a world bursting with color. Here, every corner is filled with bright shapes, swirling patterns, and playful surprises. It's a magical place where creativity grows like flowers, and every day is a new adventure waiting to happen. Right in the very heart of this lively land lives Dotty, a shiny, bright little robot who's always ready for fun. Dotty has wheels for feet that let her zip and zoom across the fields, and instead of a regular hand, she has a special crayon holder, perfect for doodling and drawing all day long. Dotty isn't a cleaning or cooking robot, she's a drawing robot, and drawing is her favorite thing in the world. She loves to fill giant sheets of paper with swirls, zigzags, and silly shapes. Her imagination is as big as the sky, and she's always thinking of new things to create. Every morning, as the sun peeks through her window, Dotty wakes up with a sparkle in her eyes. She stretches her arms, beams a big, bright smile, and shouts, "Time to draw!" It's her favorite way to start the day, and she can't wait to see what new pictures she'll make. Her best friend, Pip the bird, always flutters by to say hello. Pip is curious and full of questions. "What will you draw today, Dotty?" he chirps. Dotty grins and thinks for a moment. Maybe a big circle? Or a tiny square? Or maybe something no one's ever seen before, like a squiggly star or a wobbly triangle. The possibilities are endless. Dotty giggles, her gears whirring with excitement. She's always ready for a new drawing adventure, even if her lines get wiggly or her circles get squished. Sometimes her drawings don't turn out exactly as she planned, but that just makes things more fun. Because for Dotty, every oops is just the start of a new, funny adventure. She knows that mistakes can turn into masterpieces, and every doodle is a chance to learn, laugh, and create something wonderful. So grab your crayons and join Dotty. Who knows what amazing things you'll draw together today? Dotty loves shapes, circles, squares, triangles. She sees them everywhere. She draws big suns, giant circles, square windows, and pointy triangle mountains. Pip chirps, "Shapes are the best," and Dotty decides to draw a special picture for Pip. A big, beautiful sun. She grabs her yellow crayon, takes a deep breath, and starts to draw the most perfect circle ever. Whir, scritch, her wheels and crayon move together. Pip watches, excited BUF as Dotty tries to make her sun perfectly round. But as she draws, something feels a little funny. Suddenly, Dotty has a new idea. What about a castle for Pip made of strong squares? She picks a gray crayon and draws 4 straight lines for a perfect square. But when she looks, her square is wobbly and wiggly, more like a floppy rectangle. Pip laughs, "What a funny square!" Dotty giggles too. "It's a silly, wobbly square." She tries again, but this one's even funnier, a lopsided pillow. Now she has 2 silly shapes, not a castle, but maybe something else? Dotty and Pip tilt their heads, imagining what these funny shapes could become. Sometimes, mistakes make the best surprises. Dotty, our cheerful little robot, is determined to draw the perfect sun for her friend Pip. She grabs her favorite yellow crayon and carefully places it on the paper, imagining a big, bright, round sun shining just for Pip. With a deep breath, she starts to draw a huge happy circle, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "This time, I'll make it just right," she says, her gears whirring with hope. But as Dotty draws, her wheel suddenly bumps into a tiny pebble on the floor. Boing! Her crayon wobbles and wiggles, and instead of a perfect circle, she ends up with a lumpy, bumpy shape that looks more like a potato than a sun. Dotty blinks in surprise, staring at her funny creation. "Oh no, that's not a sun at all!" She giggles, but she can't help but smile at the silly shape. Pip, her feathery friend, hops over and pecks curiously at the potato-shaped sun. Dotty bursts out laughing. "A potato sun!" she exclaims, and Pip joins in with a happy chirp, pecking at the bumpy edges as if searching for hidden seeds. The 2 friends giggle together, finding joy in the unexpected. Not ready to give up, Dotty wipes her brow and tries again. This time she draws a long, skinny oval. She steps back and looks at her work, tilting her head. "Now I've drawn an egg," she says, her voice full of wonder and amusement. Pip flaps his wings and pretends to sit on the egg, making Dotty laugh even harder. Dotty looks at her growing collection of silly shapes. A wobbly rectangle from her first try, a lopsided pillow from her second, the potato sun, and now a giant egg. Each drawing is different, each one a little mistake, but together they make a colorful, funny gallery that fills Dotty with pride and Pip with delight. "This is the silliest picture ever!" Dotty beeps, her laughter echoing through the room. She realizes that her mistakes aren't ruining her art, they're making it even more fun. Every wobbly line and bumpy shape is a new adventure, and she loves how each one makes Pip giggle. Pip chirps in agreement, hopping from one silly drawing to the next, and Dotty can't stop giggling. The room is filled with laughter and happiness, and Dotty feels closer to Pip than ever before. Sometimes, the best pictures aren't the ones that are perfect. They're the ones that make you smile, even if they're a little silly. Dotty and Pip let making art together is about having fun, being creative, and celebrating every silly, slippery circle along the way. Suddenly, Ziggy the rainbow-striped zebra trots over, curious about the giggles. He admires Dotty's funny shapes and says, "Oops-a-doodles are the best kind of doodles." Dotty decides to draw triangle trees, just 3 straight lines, but her excitement makes the lines go wild. One tree looks like a tall party hat, another like a smiling triangle. Ziggy laughs, "A party hat tree and a smiling tree, they're special." Dotty realizes her mistake trees make her picture even more fun. "You're right, Ziggy. My oops-a-doodles are making the picture better." Her magical, silly art is growing with every happy accident. A gentle rumble shakes the ground. Leo the lion arrives with a big, friendly grin, his mane a wild swirl of blue, loopy lines that bounce and wiggle with every step he takes. Leo's mane isn't just any mane, it's a tangle of silly, swirling shapes, like a cloud made of blue spaghetti, and it makes everyone who sees it smile. He strolls into the colorful scene, his paws soft on the grass, his eyes twinkling with kindness and fun. Dotty, the little robot, sits nearby, her gears whirring with worry. She's made a few mistakes in her drawing, and her circuits are buzzing with doubt. But Leo just beams at her, his mane shining bright. "I see a comfy bed, a soft pillow, a funny sun, and happy trees," he says, pointing to her drawing. "Your art is full of wonderful surprises, Dotty. Sometimes the best things appear when you least expect them. Every squiggle and doodle tells a story." Leo laughs and shakes his mane, sending blue loops flying in every direction. "Look at my mane," he giggles. "It's just a big, beautiful mistake. I never planned for it to be so loopy and wild, but now I wouldn't change it for anything." Sometimes the best things happen when you don't plan them. "My mane makes me special, and your art can be special too, even if it's a little messy." Leo gently nudges Dotty closer to her drawing and encourages her to try something new. "Why not add some loopy lines to your art, just like my mane?" he suggests. "Let your imagination run wild. There's no right or wrong way to make art. Every line you draw is a part of your story." Dotty's eyes light up with excitement. She grabs a bright pink crayon, closes her eyes, and lets her wheels spin and twirl. With a whir and a giggle, she draws wild loopy lines, loop-de-loop, whiz, pop. The crayon dances across the paper, making swirls and zigzags that twist and turn in every direction. Dotty feels free, happy, and full of creative energy. The pink lines leap and dance around the potato-shaped sun, swirl over the smiling tree, and curl under the wobbly bed. They wrap up in every shape, making the whole picture come alive with movement and fun. The drawing is bursting with color and joy, each line adding a new layer of silliness and surprise. When Dotty steps back, she sees her picture is messy, silly, and absolutely perfect. There are funny shapes, happy faces, and wild colors everywhere. It's not what she planned, but it's even better. A masterpiece of imagination and laughter, just like Leo's mane. Everyone gathers around and cheers. Dotty's art is full of joy, creativity, and imagination. Leo gives her a big, loopy-maned hug, and Dotty beams with pride. Together, they've learned that sometimes the best art and the best moments come from happy accidents and a little bit of courage to try something new. Dotty opens her eyes and sees her masterpiece. A wobbly bed, lopsided pillow, potato sun, giant egg, party hat tree, smiling tree, and wild pink loops connecting everything. Pip chirps, "It's the most beautiful picture in the world." Ziggy agrees, "It's a masterpiece of oops-a-doodles." Leo purrs, "You didn't make mistakes, you made magic." Dotty beams, realizing her silly ideas and happy accidents created something wonderful. Her art tells a story of trying, giggling, and trying again. From now on, Dotty draws with joy, turning every oops into a magical piece of art. Hooray for oopsadoodles, she beeps, spinning with her friends, because making mistakes is how you make magic.